Hi, I'm Hank Smith.
And I'm Billy Feather, and we're from Hank, Patty, and the Current.
Today we're going to discuss the role of the banjo in Americana/folk/pop singer-songwriter type music. Basically anything that isn't bluegrass but is still acoustic and doesn't require the banjo to be the driving force of propelling the music forward.
To illustrate this example, we're going to use a song that we wrote in our band Hank, Patty, and the Current.
The song is called First Time, written by Billy Feather. And it's a song, a tale of an intimate experience, and we don't want the banjo essentially to step all over that experience. Instead, we need it to be respectful, textural, and support the lyrics and the vocal melody.
As well as help complement the feel of the song.
The banjo doesn't always have to be the lead instrument. It doesn't always have to dominate the sound. Instead, it can provide a very valuable texture to help support all of the things that are going on in the music. So we're going to take you through the process of how we arrange this tune and play the song as it's written. We're also going to do a version of it where the banjo underplays, doesn't do enough, and a version of the song where the banjo overplays, and then we'll show you how it comes together in the middle.
So the way this song came to be is my singer Patty sent us all a song. She was like, oh, I really love this song. Can we maybe do something that kind of sounds like this? Well, the song started off with a very open piano part. So whenever we were first talking about how we're going to do this song, we discussed, okay, how can we create that feel? So what we did was, the first thing was I brought the chords, which are just F, A minor, G. And they were such big, huge chords that suddenly the banjo didn't have a role. So we're like, okay, what can we do?
Right, so the banjo instead in this regard, instead of just being sidelined, or I had to go take a break for a minute, we got the banjo to play essentially roots and fifths, which would be translated into the vernacular as power chords, basically. A power chord structure in a very delicate song. So there's already a dichotomy there, which is pretty interesting. So as Billy has demonstrated, the chords are the F, A minor, G. Rather than play those full voicings of the chords, I'm instead playing the F, the C, and an F, so roots and fifths, and just pinching.
I like that idea so much, I decided to drop it an octave on my instrument and stay out of Hank's way. So together we're both going to play roots and fifths, but I'm in the lower octave, Hank's in the upper octave. This created a great bed for the melody and kind of made it feel very like open and pianistic.
Indeed. And so, by the time we get to the chorus, the song takes a little bit of a rhythmic push forward. So the banjo is allowed to become more banjoistic in that regard. We can roll more, we can do little licks and things like that, but also not overplay. So we're just going to play the chorus form. So, as you can see, I get to roll a little more and I get to do some hammer-ons and things like that, pull-offs, stuff that's more native to the banjo in the bluegrass context, but it also complements the chord shapes that are happening on the guitar.
I'm doing a lot more like rhythmic figures, things that are a little heavier, just try to focus more on the low end of the instrument, which does open up opportunities for Hank.
Right. The dynamic is a lot quieter. So for me to play power chords over that section serves to support the dynamic. It's a valuable texture that the banjo then provides. By the time we get to the chorus, things open up a little more. It can get a little bit more, as I said before, banjoistic, or at least a little louder in the dynamic.
And also in the vocal melody, the vocal goes up higher, so therefore it leaves more sonic space in the middle and lower registers for Hank and I to do more stuff.
Right. So the banjo can, on one level, complement what's going on in the lyrics, but it can also overplay or underplay. And so we'll play through the verse and chorus chords without the lyrics first, so I can show you how the banjo can underplay and then how the banjo can overplay, and then we'll put the lyrics in it so you can hear what that does to the song. So here comes the verse chords. much happening there. It's a nice sound, but it's not doing anything for the music. They're just random note choices based on chord tones that are happening in the guitar.
And I think in our band, we're only a 4-piece, so it's really great to have the banjo shine a little bit more. So I really wanted Hank to do more stuff.
It can behave a bit like a piano in that regard. But there is such a thing as overdoing it. So now we'll do it again with the banjo going nuts as it would in a bluegrass context. Too much. So now we're going to do that example again with the words so you can hear what that sounds like. Okay, so here's verse and chorus, banjo underplays.
Walk me down to the edge. Feel the moss between my toes. Your voice whispers deep and low, like sunlight through the leaves. It was the first time for a long time. Hold me gentle, hold me close. It'll be the last time for a long time. Hold me deeper, let me go. Just an old melody running through the backwoods of our minds. A sacred space lost together.
Not bad, but not much either. They're just single notes. Again, just chord tones based on what the guitar is doing. It's not really adding anything to the music at all. It might as well not be there. So let's give them more banjo. Let's give them too much banjo.
Oh, well, here we go. Okay. Walk me down to the edge. Feel the moss between my toes. Your voice whispers deep and low, like sunlight through the leaves. It was the first time for a long time. Hold me gentle, hold me close. It'll be the last time for a long time. Hold me deeper, let me go. Just an old melody running through the backwoods of our minds. A sacred space lost together.
Too much banjo.
I felt like as a singer, I had to oversing. I felt like I didn't really hear my pitches properly. It was just a little too much.
Also, the dynamic stayed flat the entire time, if you noticed. It was all of this the entire time with nowhere to go. There was no down, there was no up. It was all just the same dynamic. So what we'll do now is show you how the tune ended up and how it's been played since.
Walk me down to the edge. Feel the moss between my toes. Your voice whispers deep and low, like sunlight through the leaves. It was the first time for a long time. Hold me gentle, hold me close. It'll be the last time for a long time. Hold me deeper, let me go. Just an old melody running through the backwoods of our minds. A sacred space lost together.
In that regard, the banjo perfectly complements the lyrics, the guitar, the push of the song. The dynamic is able to breathe. There's a minimal quality to the verse, where we are being pianistic together. And then in the chorus, the banjo can step out just a little bit and assume its more comfortable role.
I think also what Hank was doing complements the feel of the song, keeps the song a little bit more intimate, and again, it allows him to shine in the moments that I feel like he really should shine and bring out the song. Also, what he was playing during the chorus was complementing the vocal line. He had created a harmony.
And that's what it's all about, folks, creating that harmony with your bandmates and the people around you. Happy picking!